Because sunsetting is around the corner, it's long overdue that I clean out my vault, and I'm starting with the 1060 power cap weapons that have another alternative weapon coming out in the future or that just came out this season. For the Ether Doctor, it's a 600 RPM auto rifle. The replacement is going to be the Forward Path from Iron Banner. Both are a 600 RPM auto rifle. What makes Ether Doctor stand out from the pack is the fact that it can have tap the trigger and high caliber rounds. That's the roll that I'm rocking today. And it didn't perform as well as I wanted it to. I thought that having this combination, this rate of fire and high caliber rounds, would make it so that it flinches my opponent, somewhat akin to the Clever Dragon Pulse Rifle from Destiny 1. But as it turns out, it really does nothing to sniper rifles, and this performs pretty much the same as the Forward Path, and a little bit worse than Gnawing Hunger, and a little bit worse than the Summoner. So this is an easy deletion. I held on to it in case there was a future auto rifle meta, and the funny thing is that's this season. I just didn't enjoy playing with auto rifles, so I never really used it. I had planned to maybe make a video for it comparing other auto rifles, but just never got around to it, so that's what today's video is. It's just me using the weapon for one last hurrah, and then deleting it. If for some reason you wanted to obtain an Ether Doctor, you would go to the Weep Lost Sector in Winding Cove in the EDZ on Earth. You kill the fallen captain inside and cross your fingers that he will drop an Ether Doctor. In other news, I am definitely making an Exit gameplay series where I talk about my favorite weapons that are 1060 power that are being sunset, but I'm probably keeping because they're so powerful. In this case, think of weapons like Not Forgotten, like the Aniope, etc. And I'll put a couple hidden gems in there and a couple iconic weapons from the past that you may have overlooked if you just started picking up Destiny now. Other than that, I'm still working on my Warlock build moving into the next season. I'm doing Grandmaster Nightfalls all the time, which explains why sometimes a video or a stream might be a little bit slow because I don't want to stream 18 hours of Grandmaster Nightfall. Now, for those of you interested, I posted a video yesterday talking about how I was going to be on the Arcs Hour developer stream for Phantasy Star Online 2. That's the other MMO that I play that has a world very similar to Destiny, long story short. Anyhow, it went really well, and I'm glad I took the time to do it. What else? Oh yeah, Bungie dropped a TWAB today talking about progression level changes, basically how you level up in Destiny, and they're making it more accessible through regular strikes and Crucible, so if you just play, you will get some rewards that will level you up, which is nice. That always should have been a thing. But tell me if I'm crazy here. Let me know in the comments section. It's going to be a real hot take, so prepare yourself. Why is there a leveling system in this game? I'm not joking. It just seems so arbitrary. There isn't trading, so it's kind of just gating us for content that we already played last season. And don't start typing in the comments, just adapt to the leveling system. That doesn't work. Think of how many people have quit because this wastes your time. I have friends and family that used to play Destiny and don't play it because it takes too long to get back to the activities that they like to do. For me, it was Grandmaster Nightfalls. I spent all of last season doing raids, endgame activities, every possibility per week. And when the Grandmaster finally dropped, guess what? I wasn't high enough power to do it. Why? Because I didn't grind bounties in a cave. I know, bounties are the best part of Destiny 2. This is such a wild, hot take. But my solution is, why not just flat difficulty options? I understand that on first glance, something like the Nightfall looks like it has difficulty options, but those are power level options. That's entirely different. The Nightfall has Adept, Hero, Legend, Master, and Grandmaster, which could be read as easy, medium, hard, very hard, and contest mode or something like that. The difference is you have to reach that baseline power level to have a reasonable chance of completing it, whereas a difficulty option would just scale you up to that power level and it would be on your own skill to complete it. In other words, one of these systems requires you to sit in a cave doing bounties to do the same piece of content, and the other one lets you access it immediately. I'll go ahead and stop talking about this subject now, but I'll end it on this note. I've always said in the past that There should be less effort spent on new shiny content that we burn out in a week, which necessitates these kind of treadmill systems like bounty farming and whatnot, when the alternative could have all that time and effort spent on making old content replayable and rich. I'll phrase it like this. Given the option, would you rather have a frequent sandbox balancing update, ability changes, etc., so that PvP always feels engaging with a slight skill gap to promote improvement and infinite replayability? Or would we rather have a shiny new horde mode that we're going to solve in 1 week and it's not going to get an update for the entire season until it expires? Ultimately, I'd like to see the game change towards a system that improves upon the places that we choose to be and less about giving us more shallow new options. But then again, according to my comment section, I'm just going to adapt. I'll find a way to make each day 30 hours instead of 24 hours, even though I play this game as a full-time job. I'll see you guys later. I'm deleting this weapon. Ether Doctor was pretty cool. More videos coming at ya. See you in the next one.